Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Adventure Archive and episode 4 of Mythic Odysseys of Theros, Meletian Mystery, a murder mystery set in Miletus, Theros' analog for Athens. I am Evil Andy XO, and I will be your dungeon master and your chorus in this Hellenistic fantasy romp. Our players tonight, I am very happy to introduce. You know him, you love him. He's the man who puts the dark in Dark Kingdoms? I don't know. Ryan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
So good. Who are you playing for us?
I am playing Gnostis. I am a human death cleric of Erebos. Still trying to kind of find his way at this point.
All right. You may know him from his late night game streams or leading a wing of X-Wings or TIE fighters in the Galactic War. L2, late to the show, entertainment. Christian, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to see what's coming next. I play Fonaze Dinata, the Leonin Barbarian.
Awesome. I'm excited to see where it goes, too. Hi, Gilded Staff. Welcome to the show. We're glad you're here. That's a bummer we didn't get to see the show tonight, but we're looking forward to a big show next Monday, as hopefully you guys are streaming next Monday, right? Anyways, I'm sure we'll get an answer on that. My favorite neighbor, the creator of our website, which you should check out for recaps and links to our YouTube. Janelle, how are you doing this evening?
Doing awesome. It's been a wonderful Monday.
Excellent. Who are you playing?
I am playing Fakira, the Seda Warlock, you know?
Awesome. Coming back for his 4th time on our stream, he's a constant in Night Owl Squadron and a great member of our community. Cam, how are you doing? You are muted.
Mute to the chat, mute to the chat, mute to the chat.
I even pressed. Oh man, I was trying to use the where you hold space to temporarily unmute, but I didn't have focus on the chat or on the window. I was doing okay. Now
Ruined.
Now my night's ruined. I am playing Drados of Miletus, who's a human wizard.
Awesome. And back from a little hiatus, the man with a great drink always, and a fellow lover of Arsenal, even though it tries to kill us so hard. Eric, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, and Gunners won yesterday.
Heck yeah.
No, it doesn't really matter anymore, but, a win's a win. I'll take it. But I'm doing great. I am playing tonight Brazino the 4th Junior, a Leonin Paladin?
Question mark?
Right?
Yeah.
His god's dead, so basically right now he's just kind of a fighter.
Ah, all right. Well, it's canon now. Every time anyone is gone from the stream and your character's on the stream, I will death ray you. That's how it's going to be from now on. So the moral of the story is don't not show up, because your character might be dead when you come back.
Unless you want to play someone else.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Hey,
there is
listen,
that.
I feel like I channeled Brazino decently and kept him alive fairly well.
I haven't watched it yet. I read the recap and everything. I haven't watched it, but I heard good things. I heard you played him.
I tried.
Bruzino.
He did not take his hand off of that goddamn wall until he touched every single
and
wall.
It worked
Good.
perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
Gnostis knows what he's talking about with mazes. Okay.
to give everyone a recap, the heroes were summoned to Miletus. After 3 of the 12, the ruling body of philosophers of Miletus, 3 were killed in one night. And a shroud of mystery surrounded these murders. And in Miletus's hour of need, Parasophia, the de facto leader summoned the heroes of Alekos back to Miletus to help solve the mystery. When they got there, Petros, her second-in-command, filled them in on the situation, and they went to the architect Nestoros's house, where the investigators kept disappearing. They found a secret passageway below his house in the flume of a fireplace, and found Nestoros laying in a pool of his own blood with an arrow pointing towards a labyrinth and answers written in blood on the ground. They entered the labyrinth, and under the wise direction of Gnostis, they kept their right hand on a wall and followed it all the way to the center of the labyrinth, despite taunting from the labyrinth's maker that it wouldn't work, because it totally works. So once they got to the center, they found that Nestoros had chained up a live Catablupus down there and fought the Catablupus and mechanical minotaurs in a actually pretty perilous battle, and survived. In the end, stood victorious there at the center of the labyrinth. A portal opened up and allowed them to go to Nestoros's personal quarters, where they found Voithos, his thaumaturge's familiar, a mechanical owl that kept recordings of Nestoros's projects, of which he had many, and which he kept many logs of. After some questioning of Voithos, they found out that Nestoros he was surveying to build a sewer or poop tunnels or excrement extraction system, something, poop. It was for poop. And that in his surveying, he found an abandoned temple. And there, he ran into one of the other murdered members of the 12, Minron, who asked him to keep the temple's existence a secret. And that is where we left off. The party is standing in Nestoros's office, or his workshop, with Voithos in hand, and deciding what to do next. So, Karoo, now that you have this information, what's next?
I know Drados has some more questions for Voithos. While we've got Hoogle here, it seems like it's,
Hoogle.
I think Ryan came over that. That's pretty good. Yeah, so he had a couple topics he wanted to run some queries on. Let's see here. Maze treasure or club or boots. He's trying to find out information about the stuff that Nostros hit.
Yes. Voithos goes on a long list of items hidden in the labyrinth, because there's more than just the ones that you found. But when he gets to a club, he describes to you inspiration, which I will show to you right now. Inspiration is a great club that buzzes and hums with the energy of a lightning bolt. It was gifted to the famous warrior Ibantha, who was renowned for outwitting her opponents. It was said that she would strike herself upon the head with the club handed down by the god of Epiphany, and clever tactics would race through her mind and give her the edge in battle. It is also said that her opponents were granted insight in how to defeat Ibantha, as she used inspiration to crush their skulls. Inspiration is a magical +2 great club that requires a strength of 14 to wield, and can be wielded one-handed or two-handed. It requires attunement, It does 1d8 plus 2 plus strength damage and an additional 1d6 lightning damage, or 1d10 plus 2 plus strength when wielded with both hands. Once a day, the wielder of inspiration may cast Thunderstep. The boots are boots of elvenkind, but there's nothing like particularly mythological about them, and they don't get a fancy little cutout, unfortunately.
If I remember, do boots of elvenkind give you any stealth bonus?
Yes. If I remember correctly, I think you get advantage on them.
Yeah, advantage on stealth checks.
Is anyone else wearing like a heavy or loud armor? Because technically, I have disadvantage on our stealth checks because I think I'm wearing like chainmail or something.
Yeah, I am as well.
Rochambeau.
Oh, no. I hang in the back. The person who goes forward should stealth.
Okay, you guys can mess that around if you want. Oh, I did promise last time to give everyone a full view of the maze, so this feels like a good moment to do that. I'm going to take everybody back to the maze, and we'll zoom out, and I will change the settings here so that everybody can see the whole maze. And this map was made by Fantasy Atlas, which you can find their Patreon. They do great work. They have a bunch of Greek or Hellenic style maps, which is the reason why I gravitated towards them. Really excellent stuff.
That's cool.
So a rather large map, and I don't know if you can see all of the tokens on... Yeah, you can see all the tokens on there, can't you? But water, and there's plenty of other rooms that you guys didn't explore. Great work. Just fantastic work that they do at Fantasy Atlas. And there's a weird little room over here that's like a wizard's workshop that I was just like, that's not nearly opulent enough. But it's quite a lovely map, and I look forward to using quite a bit more of their stuff on the stream, because it is very lovely. Okay.
How much of this did we actually hit percentage-wise, do you think?
So, okay. You guys went down here, all the way around there.
If we had turned right, we would have come just straight back to the entrance.
Yeah.
I think we just missed the wizard's room, really, it looks like.
Yeah.
You guys hit a bunch of it. I would say probably like 70% of this you guys hit.
Nice.
You guys missed quite a bit of treasure down over here, but whatever. There's all sorts of other little weird things at dead ends, but you don't need all the treasure in the world. So let's take us back to Nestoros's workshop.
Okay, so the couple other things Drados was wondering if there is anything in there about Catablupus poison or Catablupus gas. He's looking for a cure for his friends.
Yes. Nestoros made several mentions that Catablupus carried several diseases, many of which could be fatal, or some of which could be minor inconveniences. In either way, you would need to seek the wisdom of a healer, most likely one in the service of Ferrica. Looks like you guys need to go to a temple of Ferrica in order to get rid of some diseases. The problem with going to a temple of Ferrica is sometimes you go to get rid of one sickness and you leave with another. So.
Rare.
Super.
I'm doing pretty good, Drow. We'll see if I can death ray anybody else tonight. I have some fun things in store. We'll see how far we get. Around this time, Sierra comes forward and she actually she pulls up her hands, and you see these little flashes of magic happen as she starts to take pictures, essentially capturing the scene as you guys find it. She goes over to the table and captures these images, and captures images of the table and of Voithos.
What is she doing that makes us think she's capturing it? Like she's just flashing some stuff, or is she doing like a...
She is actually straight up like doing the whole like hand thing and like capturing it like it with her eyes, and there is a just like energy that releases, and you can feel that she is projecting magic into her mind as she captures these.
Literally. Wow.
Farika and Fakira, oh man. One's super sweet, one will just poison you.
Don't know which one's which.
Yeah, exactly. The goddess of afflictions. I'll just call her the goddess of afflictions from now on, of medicine and afflictions.
Is there anything particularly shiny or interesting looking?
There are
or
plenty
soft?
of shiny things in here. Why not give me a investigation check?
Disadvantage.
Advantage?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Oh, yes. Because it is intelligence based.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. So that would be a
no.
1.
Oh no, a 1.
Does she have a red card?
Yeah.
Yes,
He
you have a
hasn't
red
used
card
it
already.
yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, I forgot about it when you guys met Sierra, but I think it would be fun just to keep it for like the next one. So, you find this beautiful clockwork gold filigreed, like, it's the inside of what looks to be a mechanized sundial, a sundial that works without needing the sun. It will actually keep time for you as it kind of ticks around. And as you pick it up to investigate it, you drop it and smash it into a million pieces on the ground. Just destroy a like one of a kind work of magic and art.
I tried to gather all of the parts.
There's like springy things and all sorts of stuff that are just all over the place, like roll underneath the shelves and whatnot.
No.
I go up and pick up one of the bits, and I like hand it to her, and I go, "You have defeated it. This should go in your hair."
Oh. Would anyone else like to look around for anything?
Yeah, I would like to look around for one of two things. Something that looks very expensive, or something that looks cool and dead.
Cool and dead. Oh, well, there's definitely... You don't even have to, like, look around for the cool and dead things. The giant, like, cat thing in the corner and a dragon skull just laying around obviously are just, like, really interesting. The thing that is particularly interesting is each one of them actually has a grid hand-drawn on them, probably by Nesteros himself, as he kind of maps the architecture of the bone. He seemed to be studying these things just to kind of understand how the bone made them up. For more like architectural purposes, probably than anything else. But they are preserved quite well. You want to roll an investigation check to find anything shiny or expensive?
Yeah, they're dead, right? But I don't know,
definitely
they're just not
dead.
striking Gnosis as fancy. They're not really tweaking him the way he needs to be tweaked, you know?
He almost killed us. I mean, felt like we,
You deserve something.
I mean,
Hmm.
Fine on seashell.
Just sitting on one of his shelves here in the back, you find a sack filled with ingots of a strange metal that looks very expensive. Thank you, Amerisun, for your continued subscription. We are so glad to have you here. Good evening. They're trying to pilfer the home, the office of Nesteros for useful things after he tried to kill them from beyond life. You are certain that these ingots are unusual, potentially maybe a little magic, at the very least expensive. But you don't really get looking deep into things, so you don't find anything too much more special than that. You can write down 8 ingots, basically these little 8-pound really compacted metal that looks to be a very rare metal. Fool's ingots, yes, they're made of fool's gold. Anyone else? Anyone else want
Drados
to? Yes.
Sure. Drados is going to walk around with Voithos and ask, "Where did your master keep?" That's not his voice at all. Where? I'm gonna have to work on that. I didn't practice before we started, and I don't know where his voice is. Where did your master keep his more interesting objects?
Voithos starts to show you a little bit of his personality. Oh, I don't think you would find what he thought interesting to be interesting. Are you inquiring about things of value, or are you inquiring about things that Nestorus found interesting?
You're right. Nestorus is a odd character. Perhaps something of power.
Something of power. And you rolled an 11, but you can roll again with advantage because Voithos is kind of pointing you over into a direction. That's still terrible.
We're just killing it today. Holy smokes.
He points you to this cabinet over here, and you walk over and open it up, and you find vials. It looks to be some potions of some kind. Let's see here. You find 10 various potions of many different makes. Some of them you immediately recognize as probably like healing potions. And Voithos explains that Nestorus often hurt his hands while he was working on his mechanical contraptions, and needed them in order to heal his cuts. The other ones he does not necessarily know what they are, but he knows that on times Nestorus would imbibe them. So you can take the 10 potions, 6 of which are healing potions. The other 4 will need to be identified.
Okay.
Anyone curious about a way out?
I'd like to look for one more thing, if that's okay.
Sure.
Bernadette doesn't usually look for gold or any sort of thing that is like a form of currency, but instead he usually looks for adornments, bangles, jewelry, chains, things like that, and then trades them in because of kind of his background or whatnot. But he's also looking for maybe, I mean, he doesn't have any expertise in this, but he's looking for something he could wear that might be of use. It doesn't have to be armor, but it could be maybe this is a place where someone smart was, so he's wondering if there's an earring or a ring or something, a bracelet of sorts that might do something. So I guess in his search,
give me a roll.
Generic value, or actually something,
Sure.
useful too.
Go ahead and give me a roll then, as he investigates.
Investigation?
Yes, indeed.
Real quick, did you see Drow's Bane for you?
Oh, I did not. Thank you so much, Drow. I have
I'll
been
bless
using
it.
them really quickly, so...
And I'll bless this too.
Okay.
So, 21.
21. As you begin to search through all of Nesteros' stuff, you come across a cabinet filled with what looks like parts. And the thing that catches your eye more than anything else is a roll of shiny, shiny copper wire. It's hard for you to like estimate how long it is, but it's like 10 plus feet of this thicker copper wire that you could actually unravel and like wrap around things if you really wanted to. The uses for that are possibly infinite.
Nice. Okay. I'm definitely taken aback by the way it kind of glints, and I've seen a lot of different metals around here, but this one just seems a little more unique, especially because it's in wire form. It's kind of alien to me, and I kind of just quietly put it in my bag. Not quite sure, but definitely excited to like play around with it later.
Awesome. Sarah finishes up her sweep of the room, photographing things, and begins looking around for a way out. She walks up to Drados and says, "Does that thing know a way out of here? I very much doubt Nestoris went all the way through the labyrinth and then back out again."
You can certainly ask. How did your master leave this place if he wasn't heading back into that maze?
No. My master always headed back through the maze. He found walking to be a very thoughtful exercise.
I'm sure he had to have built this place somehow. How else can you leave this place?
I will query. Voithos begins doing a long dive into its backlogs. Oh yes. In the beginning, my master would simply use a passageway that goes behind this shelf behind us, and it raises a wing and points back there.
Is it obvious how we get back there?
Yes, you walk up and go around the back.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
Do you know where it ends up?
I have not been down it, but I know that it can be used to leave this place.
Okay.
Before we leave, have we found answers?
The location of the temple is marked on the, let's see here, is marked on the city survey map in the library at the Decatia.
I guess
Adequate.
all we're gonna find. It was good to meet you. Kuitos.
It
Take care of
flaps its wings slightly and turns its head. It was an experience to meet someone aside from Nestoris. I will keep this in my logs.
Maybe don't keep that part about the sundial, though.
Oh, are you guys just gonna leave? You guys just gonna leave Voithos there? You're not gonna take him with you?
No, I want to take him.
Oh, okay.
That's,
All right.
I want to do from the beginning. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
You're taking Voithos with you then. All right. So do you all head out the back?
Yeah. So Brazino been just laying down in the middle of the room. So as soon as he sees it, he's not one for reading in libraries.
He's just been laying on the carpet.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Excellent.
Have to like walk around him, step over his legs.
Yeah, I'm just right in the middle.
And finally, he
But
gets up.
as soon as there's a way out, I'm up and up the stairs and heading over.
Okay, excellent. Everybody congregate together over here at the end, and I will take you to where it goes. Yes. All of you together. Everyone. Excellent. You proceed down the long hallway, and it cuts back into a kind of like a tunnel that gets really tight and narrow. And as you get to the end, you see a bronze rod that descends down from the ceiling at a basically a wall. Who's gonna pull that? Anyone gonna pull it? Brazino steps forward and pulls the rod, and as he does, a space opens up in front of you as the stone comes down, and you see stairs pop up and a familiar room, which I will take you to right now.
There's no big deal.
It is no big deal indeed. Actually, I need to delete these and do these. Here we go. You all find yourselves back in the like show-off area of Nestoris's home. Outside, you can see that there are some people milling about. The robot, or the automaton, still stands there in its spot, doing its thing, but you all are back. You came up right in front of the other fireplace. I'm
a big fan of fireplaces, apparently.
Yeah, looks like it.
Kinda. You? Oh my god.
We come up out of it, knowing that we knew how to get into the other side. Is it obvious from this side how he triggered this entryway?
It actually doesn't have a way for you to open it from the outside. This one does not let you go down. This is an exit only. And as you all come up, it begins to close again.
I'm not muted. Okay, good. Can I shove something under it to keep it from? No mutes in the chat. Can I shove a chair or something under it to keep it from closing all the way?
Sure. There's a bench nearby, and you can. It's probably the closest thing that you could shove. There's nowhere else to sit in this room, and it's like the smallest thing, and you shove it in there as like the last portion of the stairs starts to come up, and it crunches it pretty hard, but still doesn't let it close all the way. Nobody could walk through there, but it's very obvious that there's a passageway there now.
Right. All right, cool.
All right. Sarah turns and says to you, thank you very much for helping me. I think we have some interesting information that my priestess would like to know. Would you care to come back with me to the Agora and meet with Afara's justice? Tell her what you've seen?
Yeah. Plus, maybe they found something out while we were down there.
It is very possible that they did. You look awful. Are you okay?
Me?
Yes, you look ill.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
A little bit.
Okay.
A lot of it?
I would be very honored to lead you to the shrine of Afara at the Agoria. If you would like to come with me. You're free to do whatever you want, of course. I just think that you have information that is important to this case.
She looks at her friends.
Yeah. We should go. They're trying to find out the same thing we are.
Excellent. You all exit into the courtyard, where you find Raphael in the company of 5 others of the Justicars of Afara. And as they see you, they approach you, ask you what's going on, and you tell them the story. And they quickly set to work. They go in the direction and immediately go down the fireplace, retrieve Nestoros's body.
I tell them to keep their hand on the wall.
Keep their hand on the wall?
Yeah.
Oh. They don't seem all that interested in going into the labyrinth, but they are interested to...
They're lost.
They are interested to get
leaving.
Nestoros's body.
If anyone asks, the answer is a double flute.
Oh, you still have the body of the other sister on your back, Fanaze.
I think we decided to throw it in the portable hole. Did we not?
Right, in the
Yeah.
portable hole.
Yeah.
You can hold on to it for now. As you begin to leave with Sarah, Raphael says, "Wait, where are you going? Petros said that you need to meet him right now at the Decatia. He's giving a lecture, but he needs to speak to you immediately."
Okay.
What does that
Okay.
mean? Oh, you went to go get something to eat. Okay. There are leftovers, but it has been quite a while since that automaton cooked, and it is cold. But it's still lovely food, and there is some bread that is quite good.
Did Petros say what he wanted?
He wanted to know what you found at Nestoros's estate. He also said he might have information that you would find interesting about the murders.
When it comes, Sarah?
Oh no, I must immediately go to my temple. I need to talk with Afara's justice immediately. I would say you should come with me now. Raphael chimes up. No, you need to come to the Decatia now. Petros is a member of the 12, and he has authority here. In all due praise given to Afara, but this is a matter that was handled by one of her elected officials, and I believe that Petros is favored of Afara. Therefore, you must go to the Decatia first. Sarah starts laughing at that.
And each time somebody makes their case, I step towards that person. And then the other person says something, I step towards that person.
I look at Gnosis to see if he has an insight or something on who's
I just kind of just wave away what they're both saying and just ask Sarah directly. You can see that companions are diseased by something. Are you able to heal them?
Oh, I don't believe so. You would need to go to Temple of Healing.
I would say we go to Petros. And if he is Boya or is he is one of the 12, then
hold on one moment.
I agree.
If you were going to go somewhere to get healing, the temples are in that direction. The Decatia is the opposite way of the temples.
Let's report to him first.
Fine. When you can, please come by the Agora and the Shrine of Afara. Please, it is important.
And you're welcome for saving me.
Yes, I will be eternally grateful. I will sing your praises to Afara, I swear. And
Kira's been opening the hole, and she kind of points at a couple of the guys to get the body.
They help They help get out the body. And you leave on your way to the Decatia with Raphael. Okay. So back to the city map for like the first time in a while. Actually, I'm going to get rid of these bad boys and use your updated tokens. If I can find the correct everything.
Guess we probably like kind of lost our sense of time while we were down there. Is it daytime again? Like, did we?
You haven't been down there for an entire day necessarily.
Okay.
It is getting the sun is starting to go towards the horizon. It's not quite evening, but it is starting to get a little darker. And I will take all of you back to the map. And
Also, I just want to mention, because I noticed it while I just didn't want to interrupt you. When I rolled investigation, it was the first roll I made, and I accidentally had the tab open for another character. But luckily enough, I have the same -1 on that character too.
Oh, good.
So
Perfect.
it still checks out.
So all you're doing is saying you screwed up, but it didn't matter.
It didn't matter, yeah. I
Okay.
just want, because I noticed that the name of the character was wrong on the thing. I'm like, oh, that's bad. I hope the number's the same, and it was. So.
And the last thing I want to say as we're like walking away from Sarah, she's saying she's gonna sing our praises. Is please don't. I'm sure it will be all cute.
Ooh.
Oh, mean.
Yeah, that's mean. Okay. Raphael begins leading you through the city. You leave the district of the Artisan District and begin heading through the city proper towards the Decatia. I would like for someone to give me a perception check as you pass through the city.
Okay. I'm gonna bless it.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
That's
What's your old persuasion?
Oh, geez. Wow. Okay. Well, I'll keep the blessed number the same, I guess. Perception. Oh, that's actually better. Okay. So 16.
16. Okay. As you come through the city, you pass a procession. And the procession is... Nostis, you recognize it immediately. It is the procession of Theros. The dead of the city are being gathered up as the sun begins to set. And you see maybe about like 70 people, and every like 5 or 10 of them have a body that they are holding above them, covered in a funeral shroud. But you can still see the clay masks that were made for their burial covering their face. And they sing songs to Theros as they proceed towards the necropolis. Not really a necropolis, but the cemetery district of Meletian. And it slows you up for a moment, and as you're standing there waiting, Fanaze, you noticed that you're being tailed by someone. Your group is being tailed by someone. It was hard to see as you were in the Artisan District, but as you start to get into the city proper, it becomes very obvious that this figure with a hood on is purposely following you.
So, to be clear, there's a procession on the road in front of us, and we're being tailed behind.
That's correct.
Okay, and the procession, is it like mainly people, or has like you said it's a funeral, like is there a funeral wagon like carrying the body around? Or...
No, so people are carrying the bodies. It's like
sorry, I missed
about
okay.
like six or seven people carrying one body. So it's quite a few, like maybe 10 bodies being carried towards the necropolis.
It's like a coffin dance, but without the coffin. It's just-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it. Quick question. So Aetherios is the god of passage, right? He's basically like a
He's the ferryman.
boatman.
He's
yeah.
the ferryman. Yes.
What is? How do I feel about Aetherios and those people?
Aetherios is a dedicated servant of Erebos in a lot of ways. He would be kind of like a flunky to Erebos, but also handles some very important responsibilities for Erebos. Generally, you would have a positive feeling towards Aetherios, and these people performing the service. You would also have a generally positive feeling towards them as well.
I kind of like edge a little closer to Brazino and almost like in his mane, like talked in his ear and go, "We're being followed. The one in the hood. Don't look now."
You know I look.
Damn it.
Why'd you come to me?
It's the other muscle.
Let's see here. And
We definitely have a batch of broad snot braids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you see the figure like make eye contact with Brazino. Brazino, give me a perception check.
Perception.
Oh,
Boom, Nat.
Amazing.
Is that a blue card? Is that a blue card?
I think I have one.
You have a blue card. Yes, you currently have a blue card.
I roll it down and
As you make eye contact with this person trailing you, Brazino, their eyes open wide and you recognize them. It is Corina Rapta, a priestess of Heliod. You have never seen her so disheveled or looking. She usually looks radiant as can be, and she doesn't look radiant at all. You can immediately see the bags under her eyes, and as you make eye contact and recognize her, she turns and bolts. She has about 70 feet on you.
I give
and
chase.
You give chase. All right. Okay. All right. I was not prepared for this, but we're gonna make it happen.
Where is he going?
I'm
give
definitely going to be
chase.
following Brazino.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely not.
You're definitely not.
He's just gonna be hanging next to the procession.
If Source of Victory coming in with the Bane, big checker.
Oh, thank you so much, Sursa. Thank you. I need a little bit of something different for this
Old Benny Hill.
chase.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see here.
As you're preparing, what I as soon as I saw the Aetherios people, and people were doing things, I would have kind of filtered to the front of our group and closer to that, and I would have been kind of like walking and praying a bit to Erebos with the procession.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, so you don't even see Brazino bolt. You immediately.
I just assume they're following me, yeah, and then I just keep going.
Okay.
Whichever direction they go, and I'll just
Give me
I'll
a religion check here and hold on to it because it will be something important that we come to really quickly. Potentially, depending on how you roll.
advantage.
Absolutely, because you are completely in your element.
Gods, that's me. What is the advantage button?
Shift.
Shit. Oh, there it is. Where's religion? It's alphabetical. There we go. Wow. And I didn't declare a bless. So
Hold on to it, even if it could be good if it's a bad one. So, Okay.
So as they take off, Drados knows he's not going to be able to keep up. So he turns to Voithos, who he has with him. Can you follow them?
Yes. I have not used my flying servos to such extent in a while. I may not be able to follow a particularly agile target. So, Cam, you basically have a familiar set up. You can treat Voithos as your familiar from now on.
Okay. Sweet.
Okay. As you walk through the streets, you make eye contact with this woman all the way down here. And she turns and runs away, and I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Forget to select your token.
Don't forget to select your token.
Oh. Yep.
Oh, that's right. I actually have to do this in...
Further proof my red card is useless.
Oh, yes. She's only running away because of Fakira. That's it.
Oh no, my red card is go last in initiative.
Oh, right.
I got a 7.
We're just gonna take it away from you at this point, cause you know you've done it enough times that it's just like Drados. Which one is yours, Drados? The 15 or the 13? Oh, is everybody in here twice?
What? I'm the 19.
You're the 19. Okay, I'm gonna trash this one. Brazino, what did you get?
11.
I'm gonna trash
I'm
this
in there.
one. Fanaze, is it an
I'm 11 too.
11? Okay. Fakira, it doesn't matter. And Nostis with the 10. Even though I don't think
I'm not there anyway,
Yeah.
just in case.
Well, we'll kind of do some stuff with it anyways. So,
Meanwhile,
Drados, you have the conversation with Voithos, and I need some stats for him. So, here we go.
Should have taken a short rest while we were in the study.
Right, yeah. Voithos has a flying speed of 60 feet
Oh, that's pretty solid.
and can go on your turn.
Nice. Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna send him out there.
Okay. Oh, I need to give you control of him, don't I? Yeah, that's something I need to do too. Okay. Here we go. Controlled by Drados. There we go. Save settings. Excellent. Go for it. Basically, you could just go all the way over to
Yeah, he's just gonna dash and just like fly over.
Oh, no. Okay. And then, are you going to move at all?
Me, so how far away is she?
Each one of these squares is actually 10 feet. So,
Oh,
yeah.
so really far.
It's really
Alright.
far, yeah. I know it doesn't look like it on the map, but that's how we're going to do it. Just for you know, chase stats, essentially.
Gotcha. Let's see here. So, I mean, I'm just gonna run that. So dash would be 6 squares.
That's correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And still really far away. Can I see her though?
Yes, you can see her.
So I'm gonna use my. Wait. So as we, did you start running? Like, did you say anything? Like, do we know who this is if we're not Brasino?
No, Brazino was the one who. So like this is happening, and you're just moving faster than he
Yeah.
could.
Well, yeah, I probably wouldn't have said anything, but Finanze's right next to me and knew we were being followed. I turned around, made eye contact. She split, I split, so he knows something's going on, and who it's with.
I'm gonna give you a head start of like 30 feet. So basically, you're getting right up to where Brazino's at. Let's start with that.
So, all right. So when Drados can see her, he's going to speak into her mind telepathically, and say, "You shouldn't run. We will find you. We not. No, that's way too ominous. Let me rewind that one second.
Okay. All right, go for it.
Yeah. You shouldn't run. We are not the enemy. And he's gonna try and he's gonna say we're on the same side, whether that's true or not.
Okay.
And he's gonna try to persuade her to stop.
Roll a persuasion check.
Yeah. So he's using telepathy, so she can hear me in her head, but she can't speak back to me.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. She has a huge charisma, though.
Kind of figured.
Just a massive charisma.
Just massive. Oh, God, it's bad. You see her falter for a moment. She falters for a moment, but then still keeps running. But she's gonna not dash this turn instead of take her full dash action. And it's her turn. So let's see here. What is she gonna do? She's just gonna move 30 feet and get caught by you guys. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 30. She's going to use a spell instead of dashing because I said she wouldn't dash. And she is going to Misty Step. And she Misty Steps up here to the top of that walkway. And you can see her up there.
How high up is that?
It's only like 10 feet up. So she basically moved 30 feet with it. And it is Fonaze's turn. Whoa.
So because I'm tailing him, how close am I behind Brazino?
You're 30 feet behind Brazino at this point. I gave him a little bit of an advantage on the run.
So there, just a little bit up ahead of Akira, but not by much, just like that.
Sure. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So with dash, I get 7 spaces. So.
Oh yeah, because you guys are extra fast.
6, 7, and as I'm doing that, I am pulling out my net and slinging it over my shoulder and just getting ready, like I'm sprinting. Yeah. Even though I see it do that, and I'm kind of how that happened. I know I can make it up the hill anyway, so
yeah.
I'm just playing.
Her Misty Step was not very misty. It was more flashy than misty. But
yeah.
Nightcrawler Bamf.
Yeah. Exactly.
Flashy
wow.
stuff.
All right. Anything you want to do before Brazino goes there, Fanazi?
No, I think I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Brazino.
All right, I'm gonna dash 7 to there, and while I'm doing that, I'm kind of yelling, "Don't run! Come back!"
Want to give me a perception, or not a perception, a persuasion check?
Persuasion? Sure. I don't know that it'll be any good.
She's already.
Actually, I'm okay with my. Yeah, 19.
Oh, She steels herself as you yell at her. She seemed like she was committing to run anyways, and now she's like in a full-on flight. Okay, Nostis, what was your roll for your religion check?
It was 10.
Yeah.
It was 10. You, as you walk with the procession of Aetherios, you see strange images pop into your head. A tree. A tree, but there's something underneath it. Something important underneath it. And you keep seeing the tree. You can see where the tree is. It is outside of Erebos' palace in the underworld. This must be an important tree. But you can't see what's underneath it. You just know it's important. If you could get there somehow, do you want to get there? Sure. Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna bless it. I'm gonna declare that now.
I'm going to bane it because...
Let's just start with that. No, those numbers.
Okay.
All right. You said a con save.
Yes. Yes.
Do I have
Here's
advantage?
my... Do you have advantage? In this instance, I would say yes. And it's going to be an 18 for this, so you're going to need a good
thanks
roll.
for rolling a 3. All right. Shifts on my con save with a +2. Not even going to look. I hear people's reaction.
The air is sucked from your lungs, but you manage to stay standing, and you find yourself standing on the steps of Erebos' palace in the underworld for a moment. The air is not there. Like, there's nothing to breathe here. But you stand there and can look around anyways. You see the tree. Do you want to walk towards it? Okay. Every step you take is painful. You know more than anyone that every step you take in the underworld will actually drain life from you, and you feel the life draining from you every step you take. And as you look down, you can see into the roots of the tree. And I'm not going to tell you what you see right here because the others can't hear. But what you see shocks you. And then a moment later, you open your eyes and you're back with the procession again, walking and can breathe.
You want us to unheadphone for a second?
Yeah, do you want the audience to know?
Sure, yeah. Everybody unheadphone for a second.
And just do this when you're ready for us to come back.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, everybody's off. Okay, Nostis looks down through the roots of the tree, and through the roots of the tree, you can see a light pulsating. It's pulsating and pulsating and pulsating, and you see a body curled up in the fetal position. You see the light is draining away from this body, and it is the body of Heliod buried under the tree, and it looks like it is dying as the light gets dimmer and dimmer underneath the tree. You close your eyes and open them again, and you're walking with the procession of Aetherios again. All right, everybody.
Oh, toasty warm headphones.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Eric, you can come back now. Drados. It is Drados' turn as the chase continues. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Fakira, why aren't you showing up in the roll?
I was there.
Yeah, you're in my one for the DM one, but you're not in my other one.
Huh.
Oh well, it's your turn.
She knows we're chasing someone. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Each square is 10 feet.
Oh.
Yes, it's 10 feet. So you're gonna have to dash probably. Hi, Jax.
She
Welcome.
makes it that far
Okay.
with a dash.
As you run away, Raphael's like, "Where are you going? We need
This
to go to
way!"
the Decatia."
No, hold on 1 second. And she casts message, and she's like, "Wait."
Oh my gosh. another persuasion roll for her, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you
We
say
can
to her?
talk. I'm not gonna do anything.
Oh,
Just talk.
and
Obviously, you wanted to say something.
And she can respond too. You hear her screaming in her head because she knows that you can hear what she's thinking. She's like, "Don't think anything, don't 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 think anything," trying to get through the time period that she can like not send a message. She's trying very hard not to let you into her mind. Would you like to do anything else?
That's all I can do.
Okay.
She's in distress. Yeah.
Drados, it is now your turn again.
All right. Drados is going to go 10, 20. Is this like an overhang? Like,
yes.
Is this,
it's
okay.
it's about 10 feet high, so you could climb up there if you also
Oh no. I didn't want to. I just meant like this building. Like,
Oh.
am I like under the roof? Like,
Yeah, you could be under the roof right there to the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's gonna fire off sleep.
Okay. All right.
Man, I Andy, I know that you really don't want us to catch this person and talk to them, but it makes me want to do it even more.
I know. It's
Yep.
I know. I'm just not sure that you have enough to get her. So
That's true. I assume she was pretty powerful before her god died, but we'll see.
oh my gosh.
Well, that's the only reason.
How could
Yeah.
she
Oh,
use
so
spells?
should she be able to use spells?
Yes, she can.
A
Heretic.
clue.
Fallen
Blasphemer.
Yeah.
This bitch.
All right. Let's throw a sleep out there.
Burn him.
And I don't think I have. Yeah, I'm all out of.
So this is going to be a first level?
This is gonna be a first level. So
Okay.
it's gonna have to roll pretty good. It was not pretty good.
It was not pretty good. You see her stumble for a moment as drowsiness like just falls over her, and she stands up, pushing through it, and then bolts again. This time she's going to take the dash action. So she's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from you, and you kind of lose sight of her for a moment as she kind of dips down across the top of this like raised kind of platform, but you can see the direction that she's running. And Fanaze, gosh, she's not gonna outrun the lions, unfortunately. Okay, it's your turn.
Yeah, just powering through. 5, 6. Now this is 10 feet height, right? You said.
Yes.
Okay, so then I'm heading on up.
Okay, you're climbing on up.
And when you've taken dash, you're foregoing bonus actions as well, correct?
No, you can use a bonus action.
I don't know if I have anything. I'm just wondering. Yeah, the last thing I want to do is do that right now. Okay. I wouldn't know this, so I can't ask that. I'm just gonna shout, "Come back! We want to talk."
Somebody's gonna roll a nat 20 on one of these persuasions eventually.
I think that's more of an intimidate. I don't know. Does Fanazi do a lot of persuading?
He's not good at it. I mean, he's shouting to make sure his voice carries, so I don't know how well it's coming off, you know. He is who he is. He doesn't look very welcoming.
You're a celebrity.
You gonna roll for it, or
Oh, okay. Persuasion?
if you'd like?
Okay. Yeah, he's just trying to... I'm gonna roll straight. Yeah, nah. That tracks. That tracks perfect. Yeah.
Is that a red card?
That's a red card.
I think so.
That's a red card.
Yep.
I think that's a self-inflicted red card
That's
too.
a self-inflicted red card. We
That's my
use
first
the
red.
Fates and Fortunes cards if somebody wants to throw that up. So let's see what we've got for Fanaze. L2 red card. Here we
Is
go.
it activated right away? Does it have to
I could
summon?
use it right away. It depends on the card.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. This card may be played at any time against you by the Dungeon Master. For the following effect, minus D10 after making a saving throw. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I usually keep that hidden from players. That's nice.
Oh,
of them to just
really?
know this
No.
through.
I kind
Yeah.
of want you to know your fate ahead of
The
time.
dread. Yeah.
It's like a loom
Just
over
like
you.
knowing,
Hanging over
just
your head.
knowing that I'm gonna eventually use it on you, Brazino the Fourth Jr.
So going up, does the 10 feet? How does that work mechanically for? my
I'm
speed?
not gonna take anything away from you. You just gonna charge up there, because it's
wait.
like angled enough that you could basically just run up it and like vault.
70 right there.
Wow, you are so close to her already. Okay. You gonna do anything? Any bonus actions? Any?
No, I've already tried. She knows that I tried to yell out to have her stop. So
Just continuing on.
Yep.
Nostis, how you doing over there?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Solid.
Pretty solid. Are you still continuing to walk with the procession?
Yeah, I think even more so now. Like I'm deep in contemplation and prayer, and kind of. I feel like I'm kind of. You know when you're on the highway going like 80 miles an hour and you just kind of space out for like 10 minutes and realize you're still driving?
Uh-huh.
That's how I kind of feel while I'm walking right now, where I'm just kind of like checked out of my surroundings, but I'm just like moving with the procession while all this is going on in my head. So.
Okay. Well, you find yourself coming to like the center of Miletus, heading towards the Long Gate, which is the like main defensive bulwark of the city against the inland. And just on the other side of that, is the necropolis and the Temple of Erebos, where this procession will eventually end. The sun is actually starting to dip down a little bit more, and as the darkness goes out, you feel a little bit more emboldened, and everyone has been walking for quite a bit already prior to you joining them, but you can see their steps actually start to pick up as they get closer, as the blessing of the god of passage falls over them. Drados.
Help.
Oh, sorry. Fakira, you're next. Yep.
I'll allow it.
You're standing there next to
10,
Drados,
20,
and everybody's
30.
kind of like,
40, 50, 60, 70, The expeditious retreat.
Oh shit.
10,
Expeditious advance.
20, 30 and a half. Wait!
Uh-huh.
That's all she can do.
That's all she can do? No
Yeah.
attempt at a persuasion again?
I assume that takes an action or something.
I mean, it could be like a free one to say something. Not a big deal. I'm just looking to see if I can get more people to roll nat ones. I mean, you already have a red card, so... Oh,
Come on!
actually, I was going to take that red card away from you. So, because you went last
That's true.
twice, yeah.
No, like 5 times now.
Like 5 times now? Excellent, okay. Cool. Until I take it away from you, you will just go last always.
Yeah, forever. It's a curse. Cursing.
You want to roll some dice and see if you can get a nat 20 or a nat 1?
Yeah, let's see if I can get a nat. Yep. Definitely a nat something. Oh,
The cards.
bless.
Bless?
What is it? Ooh.
Hey.
Plus. Okay, 23.
Okay. I'm going to roll again, but basically you needed a natural 20 in order to make her stop at this point in time. Oh, it's pretty bad. She wants to stop, you think, but she can't. She just cannot. And I'm going to take away that bless. Wow, you're down to 3. That's amazing.
No,
You-
4,
how-
because I got one from Mano earlier.
Okay. You're down to 4.
How many do you have me having?
I have you at 9.
I think I have 8.
Okay. I'll take one away from you.
Giving them away.
Okay. It is Drados' turn now.
Yeah, Drados is like, there's no fucking way I'm catching her.
You have Voithos circling around.
Yeah, so he's gonna get like within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's gonna get within 100 feet of Voithos, and what's he ask? Get in close. See, who is this person? What is she? Why is she running? And he's just gonna have Voithos go in and try to do a perception to figure out why, because Drados has no idea why we're chasing this person.
Yep.
Brazina just started running. Yeah, so Voithos is gonna fly in.
To be
and-
fair, Brazino doesn't know why he's chasing her around.
Yeah, that's fair. Just heard the name. Well, Brazino does. Eric probably doesn't. Let me think how to roll this. So it's cool since you gave me an owl. Owls get the advantage on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course they do.
I don't know how to roll a. Because I'd have to do it manually. Is there a way to do advantage with a slash command in Roll20? Or should I just
don't
do 2d20 and then add the modifier? That probably is better.
You want me
Yeah,
to
I'll just do
roll?
roll
You
it
want me to roll
twice.
for a Voithos? Because I can do that as well.
Oh, you've got stats for the owl
Yeah.
familiar?
Yeah, I
Whatever.
do.
Okay, cool.
Want me
Yeah,
to?
just roll me a perception with advantage.
Oh, I did
Well, not
pretty
great.
poorly. Sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah, +3 for each one of those. So a 12. Yeah, I mean, like, you could just look up an owl. There's some things I have to add to it, but that's the basic stats to begin with. So if you look that up on Roll20, you could do the rolls yourself. But as Voithos flies in to take a look, you hear Voithos kind of... Well, no, you can't. You're not to the point where you can telepathically. Well, I guess
Okay.
you could. Let's say everything's in place now. You hear Voithos is like very monotone. It is a priestess of some kind. She is fleeing. I don't know. I cannot tell by context why. I need to observe more.
Sweet.
Sorry, roll higher, or have the
yeah,
DM
I
roll
know.
higher.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I see Fonazi trying to get up that hillside, and he's gonna give him a push.
Oh,
bit of help.
telepathically. There we go.
And you can choose to fail it. You don't have to roll against it if you don't want to.
Oh,
You
Cool.
just feel something at your back pushing you.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
you just move
yeah,
up 10 feet, huh? Bloop.
It's just I guess it's only 5, but yeah, Fanazi, as you're scrambling up the, you just feel like you get yourself a little bit lighter as you just get this nudge
wind
up to
blows
the
you.
top of the ledge.
Excellent.
I kind of look behind me, and I don't know where it came from. I just keep.
Okay. She's going to flee another 60 feet, feeling that it's starting to become a little pointless. 6, and kind of makes it over here now. And runs into a baby. Hi. Hi, buddy. Oh, yeah, you like the headset. And this is probably a great moment to take a little bit of a break. Wave bye to everybody.
Hi, Ian.
Hi.
There it is. Yeah, buddy.
Say night night. We are going to take a short break and then be right back. Oh, you're sleepy tonight, huh? Okay. We'll see ya and in a couple minutes. And to finish up this chase, we'll be right back. Thank you. Hello, and welcome back to the Adventure Archive. Our heroes are racing through the side streets of Miletus after a mysterious figure who Brazino the Fourth Jr. recognized, who's running away for some reason. Hopefully they'll be able to catch them and find out what the heck is going on. Thanks for sticking around. Let's see who's up. It is Fonaze, the Nata's turn.
Okay.
You've just been pushed up over the side of this platform by a mysterious force. What are you going to do, Fonaze?
No, seeing it get further and further away, I'm going to just keep trying to push on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm so close to being in range, but I'm not in range yet. So. That's it.
Okay. You gonna say anything, do anything?
Nope, I'm good. I learned my lesson.
Brazino the Fourth Jr. You're very close now.
So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna dash. Each square is 10, right?
Yes, that's correct.
There we go. Feels like I was within 3 of her last time. Huh. All right, she's quick.
3 of her last time? You should be catching up on her by 1.
Yeah, I should be. That's what I thought too.
Maybe I moved her too far forward. She should be back 1 more. Right there.
Yeah, because I was kind of calculating rounds to catch her.
1 more round. Nostis. You begin to enter the necropolis, and as you do, the sun is going down over the horizon, and it is getting to be dark now. The individual groups with their person passing on begin to be walked towards separate family burial areas, and soon you are by yourself in the necropolis. You turn around for a moment because you hear 2 pairs of feet approaching you. 2 hooded figures. One of them pulls their hood back, and you see that their face is painted in white and black. A strange circle around one of their eyes. Good evening, one of them says to you. The other one starts to shuffle around to the other side of you.
I would like to just move to keep them both in front of me.
Okay. You
Like
move.
to slowly rotate.
Uh-huh. Are you going to head towards a wall, or are you going to head towards a gate or anything?
If I came in through a door, I'll slowly move towards the exit, but I want to move it so that one of them is always in the way of the other one.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
They start to move with you, trying to keep their position where one of them could be behind you, and they kind of play a little chess game with you. Where are you going, friend? You don't need to go anywhere. And they keep moving with you as you head towards the exit of the necropolis.
Well, I can just, as I'm walking away, just and who might you two be?
No one. We weren't anyone where we came from. But we're someone's here. But you're gonna be no one coming up.
I'm going to cast Command at third. No. I'm going to cast Blindness.
Okay.
We're still level 4, right?
Yes.
We didn't level up after last time?
You haven't taken any rests or anything.
Man, if I had a 3rd level or higher, I could target 2 creatures, which would be fantastic right now. I'm going to target whoever just spoke to me with blindness.
Okay. What does he need to roll?
He needs to roll a Constitution saving. A con saving throw. Yep.
Did you want to use a bless to decrease the saving throw?
If that's something you're allowing, of course I
Yes.
would like to.
Because you're in an incredibly dire situation. Okay. By 3.
So is it DC 17?
No, you're gonna take away 3 from the saving throw.
Gotcha.
8. You hear the one in front curse. Oh, fuck! The one behind says, "Damn this!" and charges in towards you. Well, the one on the side of you, because you didn't let him get behind you. And he charges in at you with 2 daggers drawn. And he's going to make an attack against you. Actually, with a short sword, excuse me. Oh, he swings in and slices into you. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
My
I'm
AC
sorry.
is 18.
18. It bounces off of your armor, and you see a spattering of green liquid fly off the blade as you realize the blade is poisoned as well. We'll come back to that in a moment.
Nos just dies alone.
Right?
In his own temple.
Not in his own temple.
Well, isn't this the temple of no?
He's in the necropolis, but he's not in the temple. Not in the temple of Erebos. He's outside of it, but in a portion of the city that not a lot of people travel unless they're going to bury dead. Fakira, it is your turn.
She's gonna be able to get right here.
Whoa. Okay. Because you cast exposition.
Because she's so speedy.
She's so speedy. Okay. What are you going to do once you get there?
Place her hands on her shoulders, look her in the eyes, and say, "Stop! We're not going to hurt you."
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Okay. Give me one last persuasion check, and this one with advantage, as it becomes incredibly obvious that she is not going to get away. And you're going to bless it, eh?
It's not a nat, though. Is it 21?
It is a 21. That's alright. You don't need a 21 in this instance. You just need to beat her.
You got a nat 1.
She stares you deep into your satyr eyes as you pull her down. You see her golden locks and her dirty white raiments underneath her cloak, and she stops running and puts her hands up, but she stops in front of you. Okay. We can talk. But not here. Otherwise, we're all in danger. And everyone basically catches up, and we can come out of initiative order. Everyone piles up to see this disgraced priestess as she breathes hard, having tried to run away from you. All right. We're going to take a couple minutes, and then we'll come back to Nostis. Brazino, the woman you're chasing, you recognize her as Corina Rapta, a high priestess of Heliod. Normally, she works at the temple in here in Meletis, but it looks like she's disheveled and hasn't been at the temple for some time. She looks at you as you approach with her hands up. I'd say it's good to see you, Brazino, but you know, times are tough now.
Yes. Why are you following? Why were you watching us? And how do you have magic still? And why did you run away?
I was hoping that you wouldn't see me, but I am not a very sneaky person. I'm being paid to follow you, of course.
Of course, you say this like I should know people are paying people to follow me.
Whoever decided that the heroes of Aleko should investigate these murders is an idiot, because the entire city of Meletis is talking about it. But I'm working for a group that are trying to do something positive for the followers of the Sun God. And her eyes get like really big when she says the Sun God as she looks at you.
Any of us believe her?
Who is this group and what are they trying to do? And how?
She looks around and kind of becomes confident that at this point of evening, like, no one's gonna bother you up there, and gets a little more relaxed, and she goes and she sits down right on the edge of this this barrel that's right there. Have you heard of a Void Walker?
Have I?
No, you haven't.
So, no.
Have any of us?
You think you know what she's talking about, Drados, but you've never heard of it called Void Walker. Elspeth. Elspeth was a Void Walker. She's not from Theros. There are others, too. Powerful individuals. They are more powerful than the gods. They can manipulate the gods. By manipulating the gods, we can be powerful. There's going to be a new sun god. We know. You should join us, Brazino.
A new sun god, not Heliod. Different?
No, not necessarily. One sun god becomes another sun god. Are they really that different? I just told you there are these individuals who are more powerful than the gods. Who gives a crap about the gods then? If they can be manipulated, if they can be worked, then it's just power for us to take.
Doesn't seem right.
What
You're
proof is
like
there
yeah.
that they can be manipulated?
How could one die? How could someone just kill a god? They should be immortal, correct? But Elspeth killed Heliod. Because Elspeth was a Void Walker.
Vikira's backing up because she expects this blasphemer to just like get blowed up momentarily.
Nothing happens. You're all just like, oh man, she's gonna get blown up.
It's smote.
Smote. But nothing happens. You should let me go. If you let me go, I'll give you. I'll point you into the direction of our temple. I'll tell you how to get there. You can come look yourself, but you need to let me go.
Okay, yes, I want to know what a temple is, but who is paying you to follow us?
A person called the Master. I know. It's so silly. He wears a mask, calls himself the Master. Typical egomaniac, but he's right, Brazino. He's right about this. And if you come with us and help us, you can serve the law, the sun, righteousness again. Who cares what the god is called?
A cult.
Some might call us a cult, Fanaze Dinata. But
I do.
what is the difference between a cult and a church? Power.
One's
Power is what is the difference. And we will have power. We will have power.
Rosino's just like scratching his head. He doesn't know what to make of all this.
I don't actually believe her, right, Brasino?
I don't know. No.
I mean, we see the gods every night.
Okay.
Not mine.
We're going to have to pause this for a second as we cut back to the fight between Nostis and these two would-be assassins. Okay. We're just gonna, do a little theater of the mind here, and I'll pull up these two assassins who are now surrounding you.
I mean, they look cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm down for their vibe. One is blind.
One is blind, yes. Yes, indeed.
And they were not like you said I kept them between
Right,
each other,
right.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
All
There we go.
Okay,
So
okay.
one of them is blind, and the other one has run up to attack you.
Gotcha.
There we go. How long is he blind for?
He is blind forever.
Forever.
As long as I need him to be.
I think it's a minute, right?
Or the duration 1 minute, and I don't see concentration anywhere. So,
But he gets to roll a save
At the end of his turn.
at the
I
end
wanna
of his
say.
turn.
Yeah.
dummy. At the end of each of its turns, the target can make a con save throw. So I need to put some work in right now.
What work in?
I am going to cast Command on the one that's right in front of me,
All right.
and I'll bless it for the reduction or whatever.
The minus.
So that should be. Oh, it doesn't cast the spell itself into.
Right. Okay. So
Oh no, it should only be a first level cast. I didn't. If I'm in the second level slot, I wanted it to just be a first.
I don't think it makes
So
a
let me
difference
mark.
on the save. So this is a constitution.
Oh no, it just makes a difference to my spell slots.
Is
Yeah,
this
Constitution save, and I get to roll a 1d4.
Mhm.
Come on, 4, 2, whatever. So 2-point reduction on his. No, and I'm sorry. It's a wisdom save.
Oh. Okay.
So
he
it's a
definitely
10 with
fails
his
that.
modifier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely fails that. What are you commanding him to do?
To
Yeah, one word.
to freeze.
He freezes in place, his mouth
And I
in a grimace.
and I'm not in like I'm not in the middle of like a fucking stadium. Like there's a door. I'm in a temple.
There's a
doors.
wall. You could be into the city proper, surrounded by the guards of the Reverent Army, within maybe like 75 feet. How long does this last for? One turn?
Let me.
I think it only lasts. Command only lasts for one turn.
The duration is 1 round.
Okay. You book it and make it about 60 feet away from them by the time one of them, and you turn around and look. He doesn't even bother to run after you. He gets his blind companion and they disappear into some shadow in the necropolis, and you get away from 2 assassins. Whew.
Status effects, baby.
Yeah. Very smart. Very smart.
Well, it was either that or bring back the old necro slap. And I figured
Trust. I think you know this. If you had hung around with them, you probably would be
I'd
dead.
be big dead.
You'd be big dead.
Yeah.
Good for you. All right. You feel a little bit of relief, I guess. You feel
so fucking alive right now. This is I am just buzzing. This is the most alive I have felt since that day. Since the day when the performance happened, and the giant snake and the tomorrow's twilight, and the honestly highlight performance of everything I've ever witnessed in my life. This is the most alive I felt since that day, and I am reinvigorated.
Oh yeah. So as you suck in the cool night air and feel alive, you notice a little bit of that liquid on your cowl, and it actually is like sizzling and burning. It's expensive. Yes. Quite potent poison these killers had. Where do you go, Nostus?
Well, I at this point realize, as I came out of my personal reverie surrounded by assassins, that I was alone and that everyone abandoned me. I will at first go to where are we? Where am I?
You are all the way on the western part of the city. Once we come out of this, you know what? Let's just go to the city map right now, because it kind of is not particularly important where everyone is interrogating Karina. You made it all the way over here. The time, so you are all the way over here. Oh, hold on. I actually need to move you over to the correct map. So this is actually significant time later than the conversation that's going on with Karina.
Okay. So that happens at some point.
Yes.
Do I know Meletius well enough to head towards what I consider a safe-ish landmark? Could I make it back to where we were trying to go with our boss and stuff?
You could make it back. You absolutely know where the Decatia is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You totally know where the
Then I would like to stay in well-crowded, well-lit areas and make my way back towards the Decatia.
The main streets of Meletius are most certainly safe and lit.
Okay.
No issues.
Yeah.
You made it all the way over here to the necropolis. That was quite a revelry you were in. Over here, let me bring in the interrogatee. The interrogated. Yes, indeed. She has just given you her spiel about join us, Brazino, join us, and you can serve the sun once more.
So I ask her, is this how you still have your powers?
Once you understand that the gods aren't the only power that exists, you'll be able to use magic regardless of what god you follow. You just need to understand where the gods pull their power from. This is one of the things that the Master can teach you. The Master can teach you this.
I'm not a good student.
It doesn't matter, Brazino.
You should go now. And I'm just like kind of disheveled, and I just kind of stand up and start walking away from her.
Oh. I'll stay away from you, but come meet me at the temple when you're ready to see the truth. And, she basically scribbles on a little piece of paper and drops it on the ground and begins walking in the other direction. What are the rest of you doing?
I've used my trident and like skewer the piece of paper and lift it up, and I look over, kind of like extend it to Brazino, and I go, I'm guessing this is for you, but I don't think it's worth reading.
I take the piece of paper, but just like shove it in a pocket.
Okay. By that time, Raphael catches up with you. What are you doing?
Too much walking, needed to run. No, we saw somebody. We
Oh.
wanted to chat. You're really slow.
These sandals are made for looks, not for actual running. He's wearing some
Obviously.
very spiffy, like, nice new sandals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not broken in yet.
Not broken in yet.
Well, let's go to the Decatia.
Okay. You make your way over to the Decatia, and it's at this moment you notice that Gnostis is missing. Are you guys going to head to the Decatia anyways?
No.
Yeah. I'm kind of keeping my eye out for him, and does anybody know what's happened to Gnostis?
We
No.
left during the chase.
Okay.
Gonna be casting message every 100 or so feet, just like forward-ish. Noses, where are you?
Yeah, and Drados is gonna have Voithos up above, looking.
Eventually, you spot him on his way back from way far to the west, heading towards the Decatia from the opposite direction. But you're definitely going to beat him to the Decatia. It looks like he's heading there, though, so if you just waited, you could potentially find him fairly easily.
I think we'd wait for him to catch up.
Okay.
Or at least I would.
All right. Then, let's see here. You eventually are led to a lecture hall at the Decatia. Gnostis, you are walking up the steps and you see everyone standing there waiting for you.
you the same thing. I was following the procession that we were all following, and when I opened my eyes, you were gone, and assassins were surrounding me.
Oh, when you opened your eyes, you were walking with your eyes closed.
It's deep in thought. You wouldn't really understand.
I'd like to insight Gnosis just to see if Fanade recognizes the same sort of like vibe that maybe he was feeling when he saw something a long time ago. But since Gnosis is a more holy person, he just wants to see if maybe he's had a vision and he's just like keeping it to himself, like just by the dismissiveness, or like by the maybe he's just not as open about it.
I'm not even gonna have you roll. There's something kind of perplexing about Gnosis that you don't think you could know unless you asked him.
Right.
Mysterious.
Yeah.
But you guys, you do notice, I mean, it's hard for me to hide it on my face though. I am brighter. Like, kind of like, I don't know, almost moving with like a little bit more energy, something like that. And then I'll just repeat, like, so assassins.
Yes, so you had assassins.
Yes.
You seem okay to me.
Well,
Looks like you handled them just fine.
well, of course I did. That's not in question here. My question is, why were they after me?
Just you?
Well, we were being followed by a former priestess of Helion, and we gave chase, which is why when your eyes were closed and you were walking, you ended up alone. But she was following us as well. I don't know really why. She said she was paid by someone called the Master. Perhaps they are also working for this person?
Well, if someone was following you and someone was following me, did the person that was following you try to kill you?
No, we chased her down and then she gave up because we are faster. And
Yeah.
She wanted Brazino to join them. These blasphemers.
Oh, I'm going to pull out the piece of paper and hand it to... I haven't even read it yet, but I'm just going to hand it to Gnosis.
I'll snatch it from him. And like, I'm having a hard time kind of hiding a smile a little bit every now and then, because this just feels like an epic story unfolding to me. Like, this feels like a performance I can't wait to kind of be a part of. Like, secret figures stalking us, assassins surrounding us, like in the Decatia of Meletus. Like, again, just reinvigorated by something that's not just whatever we've been doing. And what does the paper say?
The paper says, in the Phynactic bathhouse, in the third bath, there is a tile all the way in the northern corner. Push it. It will open up a pathway that will take you to the Temple of the Void.
What is the Temple of the Void?
I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
sound very sunny.
This is something I wanted to talk to you because I know you are a man of the gods. And she says that there are people that are more powerful than the gods. And they draw their power from the same place the gods do. And I don't know much about it. I don't know if she's talking crazy or...
She sounds like a blaspheming heretic. But at least I think we should keep this to ourselves for now.
Raphael is tapping his foot as he waits at the doorway for you. Well, I'm sure Petros is nearly done with his lecture by this time. His students must be waiting to go to sleep. Do you want to come in or not?
I literally forgot that you existed.
Raphael, can you get us some food? It's been a minute.
Oh, yes. I've been instructed to do whatever you need. So please go inside. I will get some food. And
Thank you.
he scuttles off. You are all at a lecture hall at the Decatia, which the Decatia is the most prestigious of colleges in Miletus. There are many colleges in Miletus, but the Decatia is the one to be at. They call it the Decatia because in order to graduate from the Decatia, it basically takes 10 years. And most graduates from the Decatia end up being phenomenal individuals. So you all know that Petros is is a very young graduate of the Decatia. And furthermore, is now an instructor there, on top of being a member of the 12. This is his lecture hall, and he is apparently having a very late class there. The doors are open. All doors in the Decatia are open. And Fanaze just walks right in. A large hall. It looks like the back is mostly kept open for people to stand in, but there's only a few students left at this late lesson. Everyone can come in if you want.
Drados hesitates for a minute at the door. Never thought I'd come back to this place.
As you enter, Fakira, you hear Petros speaking from the front. Many believe that Nyx is made up of basically the same substance as the gods. Does anyone know what that is? He looks around at tired students. You can all come forward. He doesn't say that, but you basically get the feeling that you can walk all the way up if you wanted to. Yes.
She plops down on the floor.
Plops down on the floor. What's everybody else doing?
At this point in the story, even I would know what Nyx is by now, right?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay.
Basically, everybody would know what Nyx is at this point in time.
So he's asking what, like, if everyone understands what Nyx is.
What Nyx is made of.
Oh, I lift up the charm on my mane that's from the Chromanticore. That's the Chromanticore's fur braid that I made, and I go, Chromanticore fur, and I jingle it.
Everybody turns around and looks at you, and then turns back around and looks at Petros. No, I don't expect any of you to know the answer of what Nyx is made of. That would be ludicrous.
And why'd you ask the question?
A hypothetical. Who? He looks over. Oh!
Really short one sitting on the ground.
Oh, a hypothetical question. Asking yourself something that you don't know grounds yourself in the things that you do. What do we know about Nyx? It's in the sky.
What's hypothetical?
It tells stories. We can actually see bits of it, like that Chromanticore fur in our hero Fanaze's mane. And everyone turns around and looks at you again as he says, our hero Fanaze. Start whispering, that's Fanaze, Fanaze, Fanaze. Are those the heroes of Olegos? Olegos, Olegos, Olegos. Now the students actually start to, sit up. This is an interesting moment, actually. Petros stands up and walks over towards you. Fanaze, does the Chromanticore's fur, can you hold it?
Yes.
You can feel it. Interesting. Does it still shine with the essence of Nyx?
It does.
You hold in your mane a piece of the home of the gods. How strange. How wondrous. How bizarre. Do you even think... How often do you think about the strangeness that you hold a piece of someone's home in your mane? Does it not fill you with wonder, excitement, curiosity? Understanding the gods, I want to impress upon you all of this. Asking questions can be very dangerous. You all know the myth involving Keranos. Knowing the answer to a question could mean your certain doom. Certain doom. We do not ask these questions to separate ourselves from the gods. We ask ourselves these questions to become closer to them. We want to invite them in so that they can inspire us, lead us, help us to be better, to be worthy. Understanding them means we must ask questions. Understanding them means we are better served to serve. We are better suited, it's a little late, to serve them. And that is all of our lesson for today. Thank you so much, students. I will see you tomorrow. Yes, there's a little bit of clapping, and all of the students kind of like look around at each one of you. And then basically they all begin to file out one by one, looking at you curiously.
I cross my arms and kind of grin a little bit, and I look over at Drados, and I don't see why you didn't like it here.
I can't imagine you would.
As the students all leave, Petros goes and he flops down in his lecture chair again and goes, "So, I trust you found out what happened to Nesteros?"
Yeah.
And you guys tell him
Blah.
everything? What do you tell Petros?
We probably don't tell him about the vampire.
It's important.
Or do we?
It's important. What do you tell him?
Do we tell him about the vampire?
I'd say
we
tell
him what is already found out by the Justicars, like literally exactly what they're physically able to see.
We could tell him about the labyrinth that Yeah, but they don't. We didn't think they were going in.
The Justicar did see the vampire with us.
Yeah.
So,
No.
Do you bring up the Justicars to him?
Probably.
I forgot about her. So somebody did.
Yeah, I mean, because Petros was the one that told us that Justicars had been disappearing when they went to go look for Nesteros.
Oh. Another question. Do you bring Voithos in with you?
That's a good question.
I'm setting this up to be like, you should, like, this is a murder mystery, so, you know, controlling information is going to be important to you, but, you know, this guy is a potential ally as well, so, you know, I'm just asking because it's important who knows what.
I don't think I would. Drados doesn't particularly trust Petros.
Okay. And what do you have Voithos do then?
I would just have him perch up in the somewhere up on like the railings up above the Decatia.
Watch for spooky people.
Okay. So you've told him about the labyrinth. You've told him about the Justicars. Do you tell him about the temple?
Hard no.
Yeah, I mean, assuming that we had huddled before we walked in and discussed this, I don't think we want to tell him until we've investigated it ourselves.
We got a couple leads.
we already know that. Well, we suspect that Minron may be involved in some way because he was trying to keep Nesteros from talking. So if Minron was maybe up to no good, potentially other members of the 12. We don't know that we can trust these members of the 12.
You say that?
No. I was saying we would have had this. I'm assuming we had this discussion before we walked in and looked stupid in front of Petros.
Oh, he's gonna think you're stupid no matter what. But...
Yeah, I know. I figured. No, that was. I'm asking the group if that's my position.
Let's do a little rewind here.
Yeah.
Let's just do a little rewind. So, let's say the lecture is still going on, and you're all standing at the entrance. You have a moment to come up with a game plan. What is your game plan for talking to Petros?
Once again, I think we only...
That I don't talk.
Good call.
Plan.
Just put your hand on the wall.
Yeah.
I think we only say what we physically saw or others saw, and any information we gathered, we keep to ourselves for now. We found the body. We found a Justicar. We can talk about the Catablupus if we want to in the labyrinth.
Yes.
I feel as if the poop chute should stay between us.
No.
I feel as if Hugel should stay between us. Your meeting with this mysterious woman should stay between us. The assassins should stay between us. I also kind of, at this point, since we're closer, kind of point to the burnt spot on my extremely expensive garments and explain the splatter on the blades and how dangerous it was. Basically, we should keep all information we learn to ourselves and just give him objective evidence of what we saw. What are your thoughts?
Yes.
Okay.
No mention of...
Fast forward. The lecture has happened and dispersed. You give Petros the objective information. Huh. So everything is still shrouded in mystery. This is disappointing, I guess. I was hoping there would be some big reveal, but I know Nesteros. I've known him for a while. He was always a bizarre individual. To build a labyrinth beneath his house, he was always brilliant, but I didn't think he was so demented. It's just disappointing not to have any answers provided. Do you have any questions that you want to ask me? Perhaps I know bits of information that would help you. You'll have to excuse me if I seem a little disappointed. I just can't believe that there's such a lack of any evidence pointing to why Nesteros was murdered or anything else.
Have you learned of anything of Theophania and Minron, their fates?
Yes. So it seems that everyone relatively close to Minron was murdered. You know that he was killed with 3 of his closest lovers, so to say. Through a bit of aggressive negotiation, I found out that Minron had another lover. Someone very important to him. Let's see here. Philo. was his name. Is his name. Philo is his name. Philo is now missing and is suspect number 1 in terms of Minron's death. Some people have taken to thinking that perhaps Philo was jealous that Minron took so many lovers and killed Minron and his other lovers out of spite and jealousy and is now on the run. I don't think this, but I do think that Philo probably knows something important. And if we could find him, perhaps he might tell us, or tell you. I am a little busy, teaching classes and running the city. So is Para Sophia. She is very grateful, of course, for your work. He says that with a little bit of obvious spite to it, because you can tell he's thinking you guys aren't very good at doing investigative work.
We can't let anything get in the way of academic progress, can we?
The advancement of society is the most important thing to Meletis. He locks eyes with you as he says that, like insinuating something. Of course, I still got you an invitation to Spyrodula's soiree tomorrow night, so perhaps she might know something about this Philo. Is that it?
Do you know anything else about this Philo person? What is his background? What is his position? What is he besides a name?
Oh, well, Philo is actually a very prominent son of the Altrio family. They have a palace here in the city, but we have investigated there looking for Philo, and his family says that he has not been there in some time. Other than that, we have no other reports of where this Philo has been.
If they're a prominent family, will they interfere?
It is possible, but they are heavily involved in our politics and business. We could leverage some sanctions or exclusions from social events in order to force their hand if we needed to. I feel confident that they don't know anything. They are as worried as everyone else.
Well, your confidence is paramount.
He gives you a weird side eye as you say that, like, what are you insinuating? But doesn't say it. You look tired. You look ill as he makes eye contact with Fakira.
Yeah, I ain't feeling so good. Yeah. Bed. Bed's good.
The council has secured you lodging within the city, an estate near. Well, I say estate, but it's more of a lodging inside of the city. If you feel so inclined, Raphael can take you there to rest, and perhaps I'll stop by in the morning just to check to see if maybe something else slipped your mind that you're forgetting. Hopefully. Sleep well, heroes. I know the city is counting on you. Unless there's anything else, you can go.
I turn and leave.
Okay. You all head outside where Raphael is waiting with a kettle of soup and several loaves of bread for you.
Take a loaf. I take off a chunk. I dunk it in the soup, and I.
It's pretty good. It's actually quite good. Of all the things that Raphael knows, he knows where to get good food. So, I hope that was enlightening for you.
I'm sorry, and who are you?
My name is Raphael. I am at your service at the command of the 12. I've been with you for an entire day. Well, not an entire day. You were inside Nestoros's. He goes on and on, just begins droning like.
Raphael, I got an itch. I can't quite reach. Can you scratch right up here?
I would be honored, and he goes and he scratches your back for you.
Thank you. Like, oh, that's the spot.
You're very welcome. Your armor must be very itchy. Well, where to now?
Temple or to bed?
Yeah, what time is it?
Temple.
It's nighttime by now.
Afara.
Temple of Afara? The agora is probably all closed up. The temples are always, like, open, but you know that, like, unless it's, like, an emergency, you probably aren't going to find anybody except for, like, a nighttime guard or something there. If you...
In the morning.
In the morning. Okay. Excellent. Let me take you to your sleeping quarters then, Raphael says, in a weird voice. And he takes you to the estate.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
While we're on our way there, I want to kind of, as we're walking, maybe kind of chat quickly to kind of both Stratos and Nostis. Maybe they're walking side by side and just kind of behind them a little bit. I don't think we should stay the night here, but I think we should set something up once this one's out of sight and then head back to the ship.
There's already been an attempt on one of our lives.
Exactly. I think we should make the impression that we are sleeping there, but spend the night back at the ship or something to see if we are being watched in these lodgings.
Okay. And with that, Raphael leads you to the estate. He leads you to this walled-off building. It actually is several buildings, but it looks to be like a actual suitable like lodging place. There are guards, members of the Reverend Army, and posted, and he hails them as they come up, and they salute you, expecting you, it seems. Raphael says, "This lodging has been prepared with everything in mind for you. There's food, there's a cook, there are guards to make sure that you are safe here and unmolested while you are in the city. And anything that you need I will bring to you. I will actually be staying here with you as well. I have my own lodgings. Do you need anything? I brought you food. I can show you to your quarters."
I think friends that have fallen ill to that monster's poison, I think they'll need something a little stronger than soup and bread. Perhaps a healer.
Yes. Unfortunately, I am not a healer. I would recommend going to a temple of
Rika?
Yes. I'm sorry. Your friend's name is so similar. The goddess of healing and affliction would be a good place to go. In the morning, perhaps, unless it is dire, you could go now. I'm sure there's a healer who would be up for emergencies.
When is the soiree again? Right.
It is tomorrow night.
Next night.
It's tomorrow night. Okay, so I I like playfully pretend to put my elbow on like Fakira's head, and I go, "This one's here supposed to pick out my outfit for the soiree. So could you show us somewhere great to find some cloth and whatnot?"
Oh, this time of night, I'm not sure I'd want to take you back to the Artisan District. Perhaps we could do it first thing in the morning?
Tomorrow.
In the
Yes.
morning? Okay, excellent.
Could you just have one of the tailors come here? It'd be faster.
Oh,
good idea.
Yes. Yeah, anything for the heroes of Alekos, especially you, Fanaze. I'm sure anyone would want to clothe you.
And make sure they bring some of the textiles so we can check to see what kinds we want.
Oh,
some of the trimmings.
There are some fantastic clothers in the Artisan who would die to get their hands on the heroes of Alekos.
Okay.
Anything else? Anything else?
No.
I'm a bit tired myself, so you have reign of the place. There are bedrooms for you. I'm going to retire to my suite.
Where's the kitchen?
He points over here. There's a dining hall and a kitchen. The cook is not in right now, but I'm sure you can help yourself.
She's gone.
Just pow, gone. All right. You find all sorts of things. Fruits, breads.
Thanks.
I want to pull... Is he gone? Is he leaving?
Essentially, yeah. And there's guards around. Oops. Let's not do that.
I just want to be in a position to talk to Fanazi because he talked to us in Drados. And just say, like...
I hear what you're saying, but it's clear we cannot leave here without being seen. I think we should stay close, and we should set the bird to watch the perimeter.
I agree. We could not leave tonight without arousing quite a lot of suspicion.
Perhaps we don't stay in the quarters we're probably intended to stay. We keep a pretty vigilant watch.
I say we stay together, at least adjacent, regardless of where that might be.
Agreed.
As you begin to explore the estate, you find out that it's mostly just a lodging. There is a second floor that goes above the dining area. Drados, I'm just going to move you around to show everyone the whole place. So, there's a dining area and a kitchen, a separate unit by itself. Then there is the lodgings, which are just a series of bedrooms. 5 of them, specifically numbered just to make sure that there's enough for you. Then there appears to be like a hall, like a gathering hall. You see above the hearth, it is written, "The Hall of Heroes," and there is a statue of Erois and many hunting adornments and trophies on the walls. There's even the skin of a large boar adorning the ground. Windows and doors all go to the interior garden area. There is a side garden, but the whole thing is ringed by a wall, which you can see right here, that goes about 12 feet high. And someone would have to climb over that wall, and you notice that there are 6 hoplites who patrol, even at nighttime.
This is
as we're crossing the, routinely through the night, just passing by these patrolling guards. Just want to take a closer look at them, see if there's anything suspicious about them, or if they're just soldiers of the city.
I'm not going to have you roll for that. They seem very typical, and they even get replaced 2 at a time every like 4 hours, as you would stay kind of like hanging out. They're basic, yeah. Now the thing about the Reverend Army is they're all spellcasters too. They all know spells, so they're not just your standard like warrior. They're also pretty capable.
Gotcha.
So is everyone going to turn in, or are you guys going to set up a watch?
So I believe the Hall of Heroes is apt for our group. I believe it is the best place to stay together, can sleep, and
Yeah,
keep
is there a
watches.
fireplace in there too?
There is indeed.
Yeah,
It's-
I'm already in a chair in there, right by the fireplace.
It's getting to be like late spring, or far into spring. It's pretty warm, so you guys wouldn't have the fireplace on. But the chairs are large enough that you could like turn sideways in them almost. So if you wanted to sleep in them, it's not going to be the most comfortable. The beds here, as you guys explore them, are quite nice. But if you all want to sleep in one place, you could drag all the mattresses into
Kira's
Hall of
already
Heroes.
halfway through her door and probably stuck at this point
I'll
with
stick
the
some-
mattress.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna take the boar hide that's on the ground and just like drape myself in it, and then lie down on the ground where it was.
Yeah,
in the
I'm
middle.
checking out the fireplace because I'm paranoid about fireplaces now.
All right. You look over the fireplace. It's pretty standard. Like, the flume on this one is very small. Nobody could go up or down it. And there's no extra things to, like, pull.
Okay.
Help! I'm stuck. Help!
You're trying to pull the mattress out.
Yep.
It actually is like stuffed with like hay and things. It's not like a mattress as we think of them today. It's like an old style mattress. So it's pretty formable. Like, you are able to drag it through even by yourself. It's you manage to get it all the way over to the Hall of Heroes fairly easily.
Okay, she scratches it right here.
I
Are
would
you
like
guys
to give the room a once over, though. I want to check windows, whether they open in or out, what they're latched, like how high they are, like just kind of move everything a little bit, touch everything a little bit, get a feel for what's in this space.
The only windows in this room go into the interior courtyard. So the entrances would only be from the interior courtyard or the hallway. If something was small enough to fit down the flume, it could come down the flume. The statue is like twice the size of like a normal man, but it's Erois, so it's a centaur. I should have made it a horse or something. And there are banners from like previous battles that Meletius have been in. Yes, 2 metric dudes tall, indeed. And the chairs are all adorned in like different like trophies. It's I guess this is like a lodging that heroes come stay in when they come to Meletius at the behest of the city. So there might even be a little bit of history to some of these items. You just don't know them off the top of your head. Did anyone want to do any investigating beyond just searching, like detect magic or
It's magic.
You're gonna detect magic?
I don't have it. I'm saying
Oh.
that I assume that was your suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're in a hurry. Yeah.
You
Jot also ritual cast detect magic.
you
Wander around.
ritual cast detect magic, and as you begin casting the spell, give me an Arcana check as you do so.
Okay. So 17.
17. You begin detecting magic, and basically everything in the room is mundane. All of the trophies you feel like are representative of like real trophies that were taken potentially at some point in time. But you notice something a little bit bizarre. In the center of the room, you notice a kind of mist that is the leftover of a spell. Somebody recently dissipated a spell that was sitting in the middle of the room. The type of spell was divination. They must have noticed you casting Detect Magic and released the spell, but they didn't release it quick enough for the essence of the spell to dissipate.
I think, as we suspected, we're still being watched. We should be careful with our words.
Oh, yeah.
The night is getting late, and you're all getting a bit tired. You've had a long day of traipsing through a labyrinth. Are you going to set up a watch?
Drados volunteers to take first watch.
Kira will take second.
I'll take third.
I will sleep soundly through the night.
Leaving Fanaze with the fourth watch?
I'll
How many
take
watches do we need?
4.
I'll take the-
Four in order for everybody to get a full rest. Okay. You all settle up in your chairs and your spots, whether it's chairs or beds pulled into the room.
Hammock.
You pull out a hammock?
I was gonna take the bed sheets and make a hammock. I'm used to sleeping on a ship, right?
That's right.
So
As a point of clarification, Shakira has pulled out most of those pillows in her pole and put them on top of her bed.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
It's very comfy.
Yes.
Very, very comfy.
I'm making like a shitty sheet hammock, and I'm looking over at your bed. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. I'm fine on the floor, just with the boar skin on me. Pretty happy with it.
Nice.
Chair works for me.
Excellent. Everybody begins to settle in and go to sleep. Brazino,
Yes.
the night is a little bit uncomfortable for you. Many things are kind of bothering you. You think of how many people might be tempted from your church, from the service of Heliod, to this potential cult. But you manage to stymie it off and fall asleep. As you drift into relaxing darkness, your dreams are pierced by a bright light. It shines in a point, and as you focus on the point, you see the point descend down into a cone, a bright, brilliant cone that attaches into a mane, and you realize you're looking at a unicorn. That's horn glows with brilliant light. It trots across an idyllic field, the shadows of which glow with the essence of Nyx. It begins to slow its trot as it comes to something laying in the long golden grass. It leans its head down towards the thing in the grass and points its horn down at it, and you see a very small hand, the hand of an infant, reach up and grab the horn. And as it does, light fills everything as far as you can see. And you wake up in the morning. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. All right, thank you everyone for joining us for Mythic Odysseys of Theros, Meletian Mystery. what a unplanned night tonight was. It went very sideways to how I had seen things, but that's the beauty of Dungeons and Dragons. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, let's do a little bit of our outro stuff. First off, we will not be playing next Monday, which is the 17th. I will be taking a small vacation, so everyone, the heroes have the night off, and Meletis, the answers will have to wait for an extra week. You're holding your hand up there, Ryan.
Oh, I was just gonna say much deserved. Much deserved vacation.
Indeed, yes.
That's next Monday?
That's next Monday, yes. I will be doing a little bit of a beach vacation with my wife and Ian, and it'll be our first time taking Ian away from the house for a while. So, yeah, it will be interesting. I'd like to do some shout-outs. Let's see here. L2, Late to the Show Entertainment, thank you so much for being with us. It's always a pleasure to play with you. Please check out Christian's channel for tons of great gaming, world building. He also does some other live plays. Just a great dude. We're so happy to have you here. Let's see here. The Gilded Troll, if you're not following them, please check them out. It's always great having Steph and Ian in here. Thank you so much. I don't know if Mama Jedi was in here, but Mama Jedi is always a great supporter of ours, and we're always happy. If you're not following Mama Mother of Jedi, please go check her out. Let's see here. I think that's about it. Thanks everybody for coming in for the blesses and banes. Source of Victory, our patron saint of cutting out our tongues, and just some great adventure stuff. I'm super inspired by Source of Victory. Mama Guac, you have a lovely night as well. We're always glad to have you here. We are not playing We are playing Dark Kingdoms on Wednesday. Morkborg is taking a break until next Thursday, if I'm correct. You can correct me on that, Ryan. Right?
Yeah, I think Morkborg will be doing. Is that has Jason decided to do the dungeon run? Not this week, but next week.
Scheduled for the 20th.
20th, so I think it's the following week.
The 20th.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Does anyone have any fun things to bring up? Christian, you got anything fun coming up that you want to plug?
On Saturday, I have my 400 follower 12-hour stream. So
Cool.
I'm going to be doing that from 2:30 p.m. on Saturday until 2:30 a.m. the Sunday. And yeah, it should be fun. So Squadrons is cancelled this particular Saturday, but yeah, I'll be doing a variety of things. It'll be all over the place. It'll be a lot. So it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Anyone else have anything to plug while we're at it?
Well, I know we have some community challenge we're still trying to catch up on. At some point, we are going to do a community challenge from a while ago with Andy.
Oh yes, yes.
In Dark Kingdoms, I am very, very deep in this dungeon right now. Just spending all of my my extra prep time to continue to just make it better and better for you guys. So is basically after we finish this dungeon, I will be leaping headfirst into prep for Tomb of Mercy, so that we can do our follower goal challenge and run the Source of Victory created, published module, tournament module that I've been wanting to run forever. So that should happen within the next couple of weeks. And I don't think we've talked about it a bunch, but I think one of our first streams, our 0 session, was after 30 sessions. I think after the current kind of small arc that we're in now, I think it would be nice if we took a night off of Dark Kingdoms and sat down and talked about the last roughly 25-ish sessions and kind of how the channel has come in the last 6 months and all that kind of stuff. And we can have a number of people outside of the main group that has become part of our group, like Janelle and Cam and Christian and stuff like that, drop in for that too, since they're now, you know, pretty steady members of the community. So I think those are the things for the channel that are coming up soon. Tomb of Mercy, Jess running a dungeon, and eventually running a one-shot for our community, and that kind of just chatting, hangout, recap session. That is what's coming up in the next couple of weeks, and then eventually within the next, I think, 3-ish weeks, restarting another arc of Morkborg. So that's kind of where the channel is going over the next month. So
Okay. I have someone for us to raid. So we will be raiding Dungeons and Dreamers.
is it all one word?
Let me put it up here. Yes, or excuse me, Dragons and Dreamers. Everybody get those raid emotes ready. I'll take us to the outro. And thank you so much. Enjoy a week off, and we will be back in Meletis and Theros to solve a murder mystery. Thank you. We enjoy having you so much. You all have a fantastic night. Bye-bye.